The Honourable Member for Innisfail, Sylvan Lake, followed by Edmonton Ellerslie.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. When the health inquiry was announced last spring, many made note of its narrow terms of reference. Wild Rose has been calling on the government to include the issue of physician intimidation to no avail. Now a new issue seems to be cropping up. Last night, the Minister of Health gave an interview where he seemed to blame the doctors for the problems we're currently seeing and righteously denounced their personal attacks against him. Mr. Speaker, I guess we had it wrong. Apparently, it's the Minister of Health who has been victimized by a culture of fear. Recognizing this, I'd like to ask the Minister, when will you expand the scope of the inquiry to include the emerging issue of government intimidation by doctors?
Mr. Speaker, sometimes you just don't know where to begin. But what I will say to the honourable member is in reference to the interview last night and also with reference to the very articulate member statement by the honourable member for Calgary Mountain View. The opinion I expressed last night was that I believe that the Alberta Medical Association and this government have a much in common in terms of our agreement on the issues that need to be addressed. We have further agreed that a facilitator, a third-party facilitator, would benefit us greatly in restarting these discussions. And I think the question that everyone should be asking is, why are we not at the table?
Honourable member.
A mediator? Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Given the cloud of fear the minister lives under with ongoing bullying of the government, I can understand his fear. So to the Minister of AT&T, when will he start holding doctors accountable for their continued efforts to hold this government accountable?
Honourable Minister of Accountability. Oh, okay, the Minister for Health.
Mr. Speaker, I can attest that neither of us are afraid to stand up and answer the honourable member's question. Mr. Speaker, the fact of the matter is that we have a situation in Alberta where our physicians have been without an agreement for over 20 months. And, Mr. Speaker, I want to assure the House that this government is as concerned about that on the part of physicians as we are with respect to patients in Alberta and our health system generally. Mr. Speaker, we have much in common with the Alberta Medical Association in terms of the issues that they want to address. And we're willing and available at any time, Mr. Speaker, to resume those negotiations, perhaps with the benefit of a third-party facilitator.
Given that, in all seriousness, the deteriorating relationship between this government and the physicians of our province has many Albertans concerned, and given that the Minister of Health is clearly on the mend after the barrage of attacks and criticisms, will the government's master of diplomacy, the Premier's right-hand man, the Deputy Premier, be able to find time in his busy ministerial schedule to step in and settle this dispute?
Mr. Speaker, I can assure the honourable member that all members of this government and the government caucus take the issue that we do not have an agreement with the Alberta Medical Association most seriously. Mr. Speaker, all efforts have been made in an attempt to get an agreement, and as honourable members opposite have referred to, we have had not only one, but two agreements in principle with the Alberta Medical Association over the last 20 months. Mr. Speaker, the issues in health care are complex. The Alberta Medical Association has an important role in representing physicians in negotiation matters. The government of Alberta has a responsibility to represent the interests of all Albertans, including physicians, and we will do so in resolving this.